Reviewing legal reform framework
Yes.
governing the protest and public order.
Yeah.
So I would just want to learn and, of course, hear from you. What lesson did those protests, teach the justice sector? And moving forward, then how do we make sure that also is shaken into place?
A big lesson.
A big lesson.
Because when you turn up in court as a judicial officer and you have 300 young people who have been charged before your courts for protests, destruction of property, all those charges that are related to protests, you are challenged because, first of all, where do you keep these people? Then you process them. Even if you give them bail or bond, it's also a challenge. Some of them cannot race. And then they have to end up in custody. And we're talking of one court, the prisons, the remands are all full. So how can we manage protests, which is a constitutional right guaranteed under Article 37? Is to manage protests in such a way that protesters can be able to go and make their protests and make their petitions, but without interrupting the operations or the livelihoods of others. So we must think deeply and see, because if you go to other countries, there are always protests. But there are designated areas where you protest.
Yes.
And they indicate even the time when they will go and protest. And they will go and protest and go home. But the kind of protest we have seen is that they are infiltrated by criminal elements who come to destroy. This court was destroyed. What has the court done? Is the last place where people can come and seek justice.
Indeed, yes.
Even the City Hall, Parliament, and many other private businesses were destroyed. The Gen Zs came out to protest and say their misgivings with the government. And that is around, but they were infiltrated completely. When the Gen Zs left their home to come and protest, none envisaged that they were going to be beaten, they were going to be killed in the melee that ensued. So as reasonable Kenyans, we just have to ask ourselves, how can we balance the provisions of Article 37 by ensuring that even our police are trained in crowd management? Because that has been a challenge. When they see crowds overwhelming them, start shooting, people start learning helter-skelter, others start rooting, and it all becomes a free-for-all. So we've been talking as NCAJ and saying the police need to train themselves on crowd management, but we have also seen that the protests that bring violence, suffering, and injuries is where there are political connotations. We've seen protests by doctors. They just come with their whatever sound mechanisms of talking loudly, saying what it is they want. They present their petitions and they go home. We've seen teachers, we've seen professors, dons, university dons protesting. Last Friday we saw lawyers also protesting. There was no violence. They just go, air their views, present their petitions, do their protests, and go home. But whenever there are political connotations, then it is mayhem. It is violence, it's death. And we have to say no to that. The other day, you heard me say that there are only about 1,800 politicians who earn a living out of politics. And any protest that has political connotations is the one that is violent. So why should these people, 1,800, owned over 50 million Kenyans at ransom? We must find a way of saying they must do their politics, but they should not interrupt the lives of ordinary Kenyans.
Indeed.
Who want to go to work, children want to go to school, people want to go and do their business, either in the markets or wherever they have their businesses, but they should not be interrupted because there are political campaigns going on. So this is why we should manage it.
Indeed, of which I'm wondering then, is it part of a conversation also